Hey everyone, so I'm currently at Burial Hill here in Plymouth. Look at the ocean. The First Church of Plymouth right over there. And just kind of want to show a cemetery real quick. The lighting's pretty good for everything. So out here, again, predominantly slate headstones. Saw a few sandstone headstones earlier. And a good chunk of marble. But a lot of this you can see here, many of the slate stones were encapsulated into granite, which nowadays we don't really want to try to do because it actually causes damage to headstones, but at the time they thought that was effective, and they were just trying their best to preserve the headstones. So when you see some of the marble stones here, much like these ones, you'll notice that they're nice and clean, bright white. You can thank Friends of Burial Hill for that one. They come out here and restore the headstones in the cemetery. But again, you'll see a lot of this encapsulation predominantly for slate headstones and granite. But you got some interesting carvings here. So buried within the cemetery are some of the pilgrims that were on the Mayflower. So we'll stop at one of those real quick. But here's some more work from Friends of Burial Hill. Clean up these marble stones real nice. And it's just a nice view from here of the ocean. So let's go over this way. We do have some stones here that are from the 1600s. Over here is an obelisk that was put for Governor William Bradford. It says on it, "Under this stone rest the ashes of William Bradford, a zealous Puritan and sincere Christian, Governor of Plymouth Colony from April 1621 to 1657. The year he died, aged 69, except 5 years, which he declined." So, they got that. And I believe this is some of his descendants. The lighting isn't too good right now, so I can't really read them. So we got one over here for Mr. William Crowe, who died, let's see, what does it say? Deceased January 1683-84. So again with the double dating, because again, while we were saying with the Julian calendar, England switched over to the Gregorian calendar, which we didn't do until 1752. Back here on the granite stone mentions what's on the original stone, and right there, grave of William Crowe, 1683. So it's a decent sized cemetery. Decent mixture of slate and marble, but I would say the majority of the stones here are definitely slate. And I believe it said on Find a Grave this was the oldest headstone, and it's for Edward Gray, passed away in 1681. Again, inside a granite casing. Here lieth the body of Edward Gray, gent, aged about 52 years, and departed this life the last of June 1681. I'll say on the back too. And then there is his footstone. And over here we have Mr. Thomas Clark. That's going to be the footstone right there. This is the headstone. On this marker it says, "Here lies buried the body of Mr. Thomas Clark, age 98, departed this life March 24, 1697. Thomas Clark was mate of the Mayflower, according to tradition, in the Plymouth and Connecticut colonies. History gives his arrival in Plymouth from England in the ship Anne in 1623. He married Susan Ring of Plymouth in 1634. Their children were Andrew, James, William, Susanna, Nathaniel, and John, from whom descended a numerous posterity. He married his second wife, Miss Alice Hallett Nichols of Boston in 1664. He lived for some years in Boston and also in Harwich, of which town he was one of the original proprietors. He died in Plymouth, having lived in the reigns of 7 British sovereigns, the Commonwealth, and the Protectorate. The stone is erected to his memory by his descendants, 1891. And over here, it's got some other interesting markers that I'll highlight real quick before I end the video. Now, as far as restoration work goes, there's definitely a lot that can still be done here. You see these wooden stakes that are numbered and lettered. I'm not sure if that's for restoration work and which ones to be worked on, but plenty that could be straightened, raised, repaired, cleaned, etc. This is James Warren, scholar, patriot, soldier. Let's see. President of the Provincial Congress of Massachusetts, General of the American Revolution, erected by National Society, Sons of the American Revolution in 1923. And is this headstone nearby? I'm not sure what. Oh, right there. So his headstone is right there. So this is a cool thing that I found earlier. So that sign, this marker right here, says this monument marks the site of the fort built in 1621. It says it right there on the sign as well. And then there was another marker right up here. So I'll finish the video after this. And right here, which again, it looks like it was cleaned. This monument marks the spot where the watch house was erected in 1643. So, pretty old cemetery, a lot of historical value. I would encourage anybody to check it out. If old cemeteries is of interest to you, this is definitely a place to go.